Okie dokie. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Everyone coming through nice and clear. Everyone can hear me okay? If not, definitely let me know. Just chill for a second, get some stuff together. We'll wait for some people to turn up. We'll put a bit of intermission music on while we wait. So there's no dead space. Sure, someone will turn up in a minute. So, quick look in the market, see what's going on around here. See what's going on in the store. Got a few things going on. We've got the Venom comic. We've got Happy Tree Friends. Hey, we've got Gus in the house. Hey, Gus, thanks for dropping in, buddy. So just chilling for a second so we wait for some more people to turn up. Just playing a bit of chill out music here. Just checking out the market. If you're able to, mate, and you want to come up and say hi, feel free to do so. So it'd be much more better listening if I actually got someone to talk to and not just monologuing. That's all right. We'll just give it a few minutes, wait for a few more people to turn up. Just having a look in the market at the moment. We've got a few things to talk about. So we've got the Venom drop happening today, or at least today my time. Happy Tree Friends mural coming up. We've got the Matt Gondak drop. That's pretty scarce, pretty interesting. And of course, the Batman Who Laughs. That looks really cool. But, we'll get in a bit more about that in just a minute. Hopefully someone does turn up. That'd be good. It's only ever happened to me once. I've had to close down the space because nobody turned up. But we'll give it about 5-10 minutes. If nobody turns up, well, then we'll just have to try again next week. We'll try again on Sunday. But you're here, Gus, so I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day, mate. Hope everything's going well for you. Or good evening, good night, wherever you might be in the world. Let's see what else is going on in the market. What's Betty Boop at? Let's have a look at Betty Boop. That was going for ridiculously I don't know what's going on with the web app lately. Every time I go to market, it only gives me a handful of things and won't refresh anything. Bloody pain. Let's start with Betty Boop Classic. Let's start with that. 6 gems. Wow. It's criminally undervalued. Hey, Double Coil in the house. So we're just chilling for a second. So we're just waiting for a few more people to trickle in. Gus is here with us, so you're here with us, and I appreciate it. Just playing some chill out music. Oh yeah, here we go, Mark D's in the house. Just having a little bit of a market watch at the moment, just chilling, waiting for some more people to turn up. It's a bit of a slow start. So it's usually a few more people in this quicker. Maybe it's because Dino's not co-hosting anymore. No, everyone came for Dino and not for me. That's all good. Like I said before, if anybody wants to come up and say hi, and if you're able to, so you're more than welcome to do so. If not, you just want to chill in the background, that's cool too. Just having a little look in the market at the moment, see what's been going on. So we've got the Venom comic dropping today. It looks really cool. So the first appearance of Dylan Brock as Venom. Got the common and uncommon covers looking pretty cool. We've got those imprint variant covers, which is kind of cool. That one by Mark Bagley looks very nice, and that homage to Venom of the Secret Rare. It's really cool. Am I going for the drop? Nah, I'm not going for the drop. I still got no gems. Having a few financial issues at the moment that I'm just about on top of, so I might be able to start going for drops again. But what else is coming up? The Batman the Laughs one looks really cool. And it's not blind box too. So it's individual drops. So that's a bit different. We haven't had one of them for a while. And of course, we have Happy Tree Friends Muriel. Got the Matt Gondik drop as well. That super scarce secret rare. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. This hasn't really happened before. Like, I normally get a few more people rolling around now. So I'm guessing it must be just a slow morning. Maybe there's a space going on I don't know about. I know VeVe Magic had a space not long ago. So maybe maybe someone else is chilling out there. I know if there's something else going on, let me know. So drop us a comment or hit me up in the comments. Speaking of comments, we've got a couple. Let me read a few. Tune in. Oh yeah, I see you there. Thanks, Mark D. Thanks for the comment there. Trying to get a few people, a few eyeballs on in the space. Hey, Kenobi's Keep Click 98. Thanks for dropping in, mate. So we're just chilling for a minute, waiting for a few more people to turn up. Hopefully someone will actually turn up and wants to talk to me. Not just me monologuing for the next 2 hours would be nice. Hope all's good with you, mate. So like I said before, if you want to come up and say hi and you're able to do so, please come up and say hi. Otherwise, it'll just be me monologuing. That's not overly entertaining. But all good. What's been happening in the world? Just going over the old deck space. See if there's anything we can talk about real quick. So a few people picking up deals in the market all the time. And Chris Evans is always scoring some. I see VeVe Values just scored some. A couple of Star Wars posters. Star Wars comics, sorry. Good on you, mate. What else is happening? Yeah, not meme coins. This Ultimate Spider-Man comics getting a bit of traction. So I didn't realize how scarce that rare cover is. That black and white one shot right up. Apparently, it's in real life, it's like super scarce. There's only like 100 versions or something available. I was reading some X-Space somewhere. So yeah, what's the price on that going for at the moment? Let's have a look. There we go. So it's Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #1. So the rare Pacelli. Is it Pacelli? It must be Pacelli. Let's have a look. So the rare, so the black and white Sarah Pacelli variant is going for 25 gems and 99 frags on the floor. I think I saw a story someone said it was originally like 12 or like 13 gems or something like normal price. But yeah, apparently that was quite scarce. All right, well, we've got enough listeners, so I guess we might as well just start the episode off and just get into it, eh? So hopefully someone will come up and talk to me. We can make it a bit more interesting, but let's do it. All right, okay, everybody. Osmond Collect 63 here, and we're back again with another episode of VeVe Wednesdays. We're up to episode 42, rapidly approaching our 50th episode. So that's pretty cool. Like, we're still at it, we're still going. But yeah, we'll say thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I see Gus, I see Mark D, I see Key Collector 98, I see Double Quill, Evolved, AO. Hey, Evolved, thanks for dropping in, buddy. Like I said, everybody, if anyone wants to come up and say hi and chat with me, that would be awesome, because unfortunately, I don't have my trusty co-host Dino anymore, because due to life commitments, he can't consistently co-host spaces with me anymore. So it's just down to me and anyone else who wants to co-host with me. But I can't blame him. His problem is he's gotten too damn successful. So apparently his business has taken off, and he's got a lot of in real life things he's got commitments to. So I say, good on you, mate. And yeah, he says he'll drop him when he can. Okay, apparently my sound is crackly and cutting out and sounding like crap, apparently, according to some of the comments. So tell me now, guys, has that fixed it? Does that sound any better? Let me know with some thumbs up, some thumbs down. Double Quill says the spaces have been unstable all day. That's not overly great. Oh, so Evolve says you're Speedy Gonzalez right now. Tell me, guys, is that any better? So sometimes my sound goes a little bit crackly, a bit screwy, but if you guys let me know and tell me, I can do something about it. So give me some thumbs up. Let me know. Is that any better? Oh, okay. We got some thumbs up. We got some good. Okay, we're back in business. Marketing, much better. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Now that I don't sound like a mouse or I don't sound like I'm something out of the Chipmunks, we can actually have a proper conversation. So yeah, unfortunately, before I started sounding like Speedy Gonzalez, I was just saying that unfortunately, I can only host these spaces by myself now, and I only get a co-host if anyone wants to come up and co-host with me, because Dino is apparently a victim of his own success. He's got his business has taken off. He's got a few life commitments that he's got to commit to, and unfortunately, he can only make these spaces when he can. So I say good on him. Oh, Evolve says he'll try and come up soon. That's all good, mate. So I just appreciate you tuning in. If you can come up, fantastic. If not, then all good. Oh, here we go. Here's someone that might be able to come and save me. We've got the Real Icon podcast. So who we got? Is it D or is it Hinano? Or is it both? Hey, Chris Severs in the house. Hey, Chris, thanks for dropping in, buddy. So see you snagging those special mints left, right, and center, mate. And always looks like you're doing well for yourself. And the Real Uncommon podcast. Who we got? Hinano, D. We got both.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. We've got you, D. How are you?
Oh, okay. Hello, Oz. Good morning.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you all might be in the world. Thank you all for tuning in. D,
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up and saving me, because it's been a pretty slow start because it's just me talking.
Yeah, well, I actually tuned in. I tuned in from my Android phone earlier, and I had to drop out and come on my PC because X is having audio issues throughout all the spaces.
Are they now?
Yeah, so people on their mobile devices are having issues, so it's better if you're on your PC.
I see. Well, funny enough, I actually am on my PC, so that explains. But I was just told apparently I was sounding like a chipmunk or Speedy Gonzalez before, so I'm hopefully that doesn't get any worse. But it seems all good now. Everyone seems to be happy, which is all good.
That's what it sounded like when I first tuned in from my cell phone. You were like, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but so long as everyone lets me know, then I can do something about it. It's just when I start talking and all of a sudden, like, nothing happens, or
people start leaving.
That's it. Or people start leaving and just like, did I say something wrong? So
it's like, okay, am I that boring?
It's like, yeah, it's like, did I fart?
Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Where are we at? It's 4:14 in the morning here in the UK. It is a bit bitterly cold, but I can't complain because I'm seeing snow pictures left, right, and center from our friends and family over in Canada. Apparently, you guys have been getting some pretty horrible cold snaps lately. So I do tip my hat to you guys. You guys actually can bear that sort of cold. Over here in the UK, if we get any type of like extreme temperature, either hot or cold, the country just comes to a complete standstill.
Yeah, kind of same here. Our weather was pretty bad today. I mean, it's kind of like I guess for us, it's our winter season still from December through like early April. So that's when it's really cold for us. And we have snow on our mountains. But yeah, today was like we had downpours of rain. I mean, which is good for all the veggies and stuff, but not when you're driving and people that's used to the weather, they just forget how to drive in rain.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of extreme weather, we got Chris Severs up. Say, Chris, how are you, mate? Apparently, you just had a snow day.
Hey, Chris.
Good, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, good, Chris.
D, what's going on?
Hello.
What's happening, mate?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? Because to D's point, it is cutting in and out now that I put the mic on. It was fine before.
We'll
Twitter.
Yeah, we'll say nice and clear.
Yeah, you sound
okay. Good. Yeah, we're under about 2 feet of snow here today for us, so not too bad.
Oh wow.
Not too great.
But not enough to make the country come to a standstill. Everyone's lucky to go to work, or
yeah, most of the country is fine. It's Vancouver is the worst because we only get maybe a week, sometimes 2 weeks of snow a year.
Yeah,
and so most people are riding around in cars that look like they're on, race car tracks. There are no tread.
Oh man!
Oh really? We're just like aquaplaning all over the shop. Oh wow!
Yeah, it's horrible. The funny part too is our transit. So BC Transit, all the buses don't put snow tires or chains on because the cost to do it for such a short snow run is prohibitive.
Oh, right.
So none of the buses run. You get people all over the place stranded. It's funny. You just watch, I don't know, go onto some app and type in Vancouver news today and just watch. It's comical. So it's nice not to have to go out, just work from home and relax. So.
Oh yeah, that's always good to work remotely.
Oh yeah.
So. I'm glad you guys have that option. I don't. I have to go to work regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately,
we can't do your job remote. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, well, see, I mean, like, unfortunately, I'm a forklift driver that works in like a waste transfer station, so I have to go in whether rain, shine, hail, or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day I might be a full-time content creator, or might be a full-time web host. Maybe I can work from home. Who knows? It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, perfect.
It could happen.
So do you guys go snowboarding and stuff, Chris?
Yeah, actually, my kids went out most of the day today. There's a lot of hills right around where we live. My son just left about 20 minutes ago with his buddies to go sledding a hill about 5 minutes from us. It's pretty huge. So yeah, we go all the time. We're also only about an hour away from all the major ski hills, and so I haven't been in a few years. My knees are all buggered from playing hockey. But the kids
when they're open that late,
it's really close. Well, for sledding, they just goofing around themselves. The hills usually close down around 4
right.
Yeah, but they're having a blast. They're doing it, so good on them.
Well,
the house is awfully quiet right now, so that's it's like, this might be an opportunity. I could jump in, say hi to you. It's been a while, so
yeah, it's been a bit.
Enjoy the peace and
quiet. So yeah, enjoy it while you can. So how's everyone been VeVe wise? Say anybody been picking things up in the market? I know it's Chris. You've been sniping those mints left, right, and center. So you've been doing real well, mate.
They keep showing up.
Keep waving the carrot in front of you, just like once you think you're trying to conserve gems, and you're just like, I'm gonna have a nice easy week. They drop that and just like, where's the credit card?
It's hopeless. It's hopeless. I know. I was trying to do December was tough with all the drops. January was the goal was to kind of cut my budget in half because I've been putting a lot into because we have the Bitcoin Ethereum ETFs in Canada. We've had them since 2021.
All right.
And so I've been trying to slowly, stack those up. I've managed to dollar cost average my way down almost to rock bottom here. And so I think with everything that's going on in the States, accepting them, we should probably see them surge. They've done extremely well in Canada. And so I just said, I better allocate a little bit of funds to that. And it's hurt the gems on VeVe a little bit because there's a few things I was really hoping to go after, but it's hard because these ETFs in Canada pay dividends, and so
Okay.
some of them they range from 11 to 18% yields, and they're backed by kind of like these Canadian bank security programs. They're as safe as you can get, but so I've had to kind of make that decision, right? You can't keep buying everything, and it's like, oh my god, the wallet. So,
I know, it's like the wallet. Like, you have to try and be an adult.
yeah. Yeah, it's tough, but there's some stuff in there. It's like, oh boy, it's pretty nice. But
yeah, no, like so we've got some nice stuff coming up. Too. What have we got coming up? So we've just had the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number. Was it issue number 1, the 2011 one with Miles on the front?
yeah.
Apparently that's apparently the rare of that is apparently really rare.
Oh. Yeah, there's not many. That really took off fast. I was surprised. I was looking at a couple that were back at $7-8. I'm like, why didn't I do it?
Yeah, I didn't even realize like the scarcity of it because I've been tied up with other stuff. But yeah, apparently I've seen things on X where someone said it was going for originally like 12 like 13 gems, like your standard like rare price, and now all of a sudden it's like shot up to like 25. I think last time I looked. Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a little bit of market watch. The Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1, the rare, is currently going for 28 gems and 99 frags. So that's that's definitely shot right up. Let's see what our common
rare is really uncommon, is rare as well. I know in real life, like, I think physical ones, the uncommon sells for $1,500-$1,700 US.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I think a lot of people are putting that. I think Aaron was at My Collectables did a video on it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we're right now where Spider-Man first came out, back 62 years ago. And so you're like, oh yeah, right, the first, AF-15, Peter's first appearance, and then his first series in ASM-1. That's mimicked now with Miles Morales, but hard to say, right? It took 60 years for, AF-15 and ASM-1 to get to the price points they are today physically. Will that happen as fast with Miles? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. The debate is easy. It's obvious that's where the focus is going to be on that character, right? But in 50
definitely.
years, that means Peter will be 110 years worth of experience, right? So
so it's all relative, like sort of time wise, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So I won't be around to see that thing.
Nah, me, I might be around. I know it depends. Depends if my family doesn't like cause me like enough stress that like something happens. But
I bought a couple though. Someone put up a $5 on the OG cover, but mint 1063. Right, so the FA of the Spider-Man whole series was 1963. So I'm like, for $5.
Yeah, he's like, gotta have it.
There's another one. Right? So it's like, yeah, it wasn't bad.
Nice. What about you, G? So you been picking up anything lately?
The last thing I picked up this morning, I think, was the a common first appearance of Spider-Punk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got that for 2 gems and 17 frags.
Nice.
And it is now at 2 gems. But I didn't have that comic book yet, so that's okay.
I've been bad. I've been spending a lot. By the way, guys, I'm here too. How are you guys?
Hey, mate.
I'm actually editing video, but like I heard you guys talking about VeVe. I bought a bunch of things. Chris knows some of the things I bought. I bought an Enterprise. I bought all the X-Men except for Vibes. I'm waiting for him to come down, Professor X. And I bought a Homer and Bart statue, and then I just bought a Betty Boop for like $10. So, and
those Betty Boops are like criminally undervalued at the moment.
The rock and roll one you got.
I'm not really a big fan of Betty Boop, but that was my auntie's favorite, so I just kind of wanted one for nostalgia. So I found a nice mint 996. And then I've been buying a bunch of comics. I just bought a bunch of the Ultimate Spider-Man that just dropped, and the
Oh,
rare,
yeah.
right? You guys all know about the rare variant, right? Which is actually
Yeah.
super rare in the real world.
Yeah.
So
we were just talking about it.
I picked one up for like 10 gems. So yeah.
Oh, well, you're doing all right now. So far it's just doubled.
I need
from there.
to stop, you guys, and don't even get me started on pins. Anyways.
Okay. Gone a bit wild with the pins.
Yeah, I think I need to chill out. But it's good that.
And then tomorrow they're dropping the villain set on Pinnacle.
Oh, are they now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the Star Wars stuff that's getting me. They just dropped Chewie and Han, so I had to have Chewie and Hans.
You had to.
Oh, absolutely. Love Chewie. Like Chewie.
Anyways, guys, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, I heard buying, and
no, it's cool, mate.
I'm pretty quiet on what I buy, but since we're talking shop, a little glimpse of what I bought recently.
Yeah, no, all good, mate. That's like I said before. That's what the spaces are for. Like for everyone for sharing their collections, like connecting. It's what it's all about. And speaking of, actually, I'll take the opportunity to throw this in real quick. Is speaking of collecting and connecting, we will be having our VeVe Live coming up soon, which is on the 28th of February, 28th of January, the end of this month. So if anyone is interested and wants to join in with us, so you're more than welcome to do so. It's more or less just basically doing what we do right now, but in a YouTube live format. So if you haven't seen it already, check out the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel. So where our last live is, we did our Christmas special, which was loads of fun. Obviously myself, D, Hinano, Chris was there as well. And we just had like loads of fun, just chilling and having a good time, sharing our collections, talking VeVe. Did a bit of a chocolate tasting as well, which didn't quite go as well as I hoped, but it was still very, very entertaining.
It was very entertaining for sure.
It was very entertaining, and loads of giveaways as well. Thanks to Evolve for that little snippet about the giveaways, which was very entertaining.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So if anyone wants to come and join us on the 28th, it will more or less be the same time as VeVe weekends, which is 8:30 till whenever on Sundays UK time, or what's that, 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, and I think it's about 3:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Cool.
So stay tuned for more of that, because I'm sure we'll get some promos and a bit of eyeballs on the X Space happening soon.
Nice.
So do it. Join now.
Do it now.
Yeah. Come on, join. Do it. Yeah. Well, let's see what else has been happening. Let's see. So drop wise, we've got a few other things coming up. We've got the Happy Tree Friends Memorial, which is looks kind of cool. So if you're a Happy Tree Friends set holder, you I believe it's a crafting event.
Yeah. For 6 gems.
Yeah. So if you got the whole set, and for 6 gems, you can craft yourself one of these walls.
It's a mural. It's an artistic.
It's a mural. It's art. It's
artistic.
It's artistic.
Yeah. It could be backdrop or something.
It could be. Yeah. I mean, I can see the Vault Builders having lots of fun with these.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at the blog here. So also as well, before I forget, big shout out to you and to D and Hinano as well for doing the community feed on the Real Uncommon podcast channel. If nobody has seen that yet, you have to check it out. It's fantastic. They're very, very consistent every week, and they do a fantastic job of breaking down what's going on in the space, and lots of different projects as well. And I'm sure Hinano is working on one right now as we speak. So there'll be probably one dropping very, very, very soon.
It's all the clicks and you're giving yourself.
What's that?
It's all the clicks and tabs and I don't know if you can hear all that, but yeah, that's what he's working.
No, but that's it. So yeah, so if you haven't seen that, stay tuned for that. Give them a like, comment, subscribe, and show them some support in the space, because fantastic members of the community. And also as well, also another one before I forget, if you haven't seen Chris's blog on Medium, so definitely check that out too.
Yes.
So really, I mean, I do admit I've only had a chance to read it in bits and pieces, but it's again very good read. And I was sort of reading about how you have a certain dislike for sawmills. Very entertaining.
Every time I drive by one now, it's like there's that smell. Yeah,
I know. I have a similar story myself. When I was younger, I used to work. I did a bit of work in the bottom of a fishing trawler, unloading a fishing boat, and that was a nice. It was like basically loading unloading 20 kilos worth of like solid frozen fish, like Patagonian toothfish fish, and that was doing that for 3 days. And yeah, I do not like being like in that level of cold, and also don't like the smell of fish.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I grew up. One of the towns I grew up in, it's called Steveston. It's in Richmond, where the Vancouver International Airport is, and it's a very big Japanese kind of heritage village, and it's where our canneries used to be, and all the salmon and tuna fishing.
Oh yeah,
it was all done there. It was you could smell it all over the place, but the advantage was it was so fresh and convenient. You just go down and buy it right off the boats from the fishermen. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, those blogs ended up. Those are probably the 3 longest I'll ever write, because I think they're like 8 to 10 minute reads. They're not short, but it was that or break them up into 6 or 9, and I'm like, that's too much.
Yeah. I do admit they are long, but they are definitely deep and definitely deep and have a lot of history and a lot of I mean, like I find it quite interesting how like you've gone from then to where you are now, and like I said, I'm only probably about halfway through reading it, but I'm trying to read it when and where I can.
It's kind of the first one. They just sort of as I aged, my major decades in my past, starting off delivering newspapers, and it ended up being the newspaper career that I kind of progressed into. I worked at the largest newspaper chain in Canada for 10 years, and before I did what I'm doing now, and it was eye-opening. So that's why when I was chatting with my editor back at Go Collect, she loved it. She's like, I think you go deep on this, give the background on, really why do you collect digital assets? Because it's such a big thing. And the early blogs that I was doing on Go Collect, like they were all met with angst, frustration, negative comments. I would get a few great feedback, and generally those were people from the VeVe community, right? But everyone else was like, oh my God, like what else is attacking the comic book industry? And I said, there's just a unique perspective on this. It's just something that I like to collect. Here's why. And they thought that really worked well. And then it did. Eventually, you got to keep the gas out. But I think, man, if anything, from what I've seen, there's more people probably buying physical comic books today than in years past because of this.
Definitely.
I feel it's a resurgence. I was on, I don't know if anyone else attended this today, but, your friends there, Mondo Friedman and Vincent, they did a live auction for some of the addiction assets.
Oh, was that today?
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, man.
I must have been asleep. Bugger.
Yeah. There was a few I was trying to get, and then all of a sudden I had my CEO called me, and I had to turn off the auction, and I missed the 2 or 3 books that I was actually interested in going after. And so I sent a note through, and I think we might try and connect offline here. But I mean, just some fantastic stuff they were giving away, like signed stuff and CGC graded copies.
Yeah, and had the bottles too.
Prints. Yeah, like all physical stuff. And people were bidding some great amounts on this. And so, yeah, I look at it, the collecting industry is alive and well as far as I can tell. And it's just been fun. So,
yeah. Well, it's more or less just like offering like a different avenue for like people to collect. I mean, like obviously, like the world is just going more and more digital every day, and it just makes sense that and it's also more convenient as well. Like, you know, like you don't have to worry about storing, like, you know, all like mass amounts of comics in long boxes and, like, you know, conditions and like where you're going to go. And also, like, you know, you fill those long boxes off, they are heavy. I mean, like I've got 2 of them sitting in a trunk back in Australia. Like I have no idea how to get over here.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got them on your phone.
Yeah. Oh, I've got phone, everything. I mean, I have to admit, I just saw Gary's in here. Hello, Gary. I'm holding
Hey, Gary.
3.
Hello.
3 Scotty Youngs are in my hand right now, my friend.
Oh, nice. That's it.
Hello.
Guri heard Scotty Young and just said, "Oh, I have to come in."
Yeah, I think I want to just back what Chris said is before VeVe, I had no comics, physical comics, and then way into VeVe's journey, Aaron, my collectables, sent me one that I won because of his giveaways. He sent me one that was Superman, a variant of some Superman comic, and it was really cool. And now I have 2 short boxes. One just for Scotty Young, and another one is for Peach, Momoko, and others.
Mhm.
And
Nice.
the reason I like comics, physical comics, I hope I don't get to be where I'm collecting. I have 10 boxes or whatever, but I think the chance to show them in my living room, mainly to myself, it's just fun to see. I can change it around. Currently I have a mix of course, Scotty Young and Peach Momoko, but there's a whole bunch of different variants of Spider-Mans and Spider-Woman, Batgirl, She-Hulk. It's just different colors. Just it's like a mosaic of paint jobs and different styles. Some are some of them are like ones that I picked up from the local comic book. Some that I buy from eBay. I feel that it's something that just gives me joy. I like collecting on VeVe comic books, but I can't show them in my house. So I can't feel good when I'm just passing by the living room and I see all these comics. So until that,
that's it.
Yeah, it's tough. Like,
and unless
I go through my VeVe collection stuff, like, because I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined having this many comics. Like your point earlier, Alex, about, you know, where would I put 1,000 comics today?
Exactly.
But they're all in my phone. But to Gary's point, I go through them all the time saying, okay, I've got room on my wall in my office. I could probably get 5 or 6 of them, you know, blown up and what do you call those? There's kind of a matte look, and I just, you know, print them out, get them physically made, and put them on the wall and say, hey, come on in here. I want to show you. Like, I have the NFT or the digital assets of these, but I still got them printed out for that very reason. They just look cool. But which ones?
Exactly. You're spoiled for choice.
Yeah, there's so many now. There's like, oh, I would do that one. Well, would I? Well, what about this one? This one looks good too.
Or this one, or this one would look good next to this one, or like, you know, I could pair, like, you know, Wolverine with Sabretooth, or like, you know, the X-Men with like Avengers or something like that, and just like, it's just where does it end?
Yeah. So like, I have the Hulk 181 poster that's framed and all that stuff. It's not of a comic, but you know, when VeVe eventually drops that, I mean, that could pair up with that nicely and stuff. Oops, sorry. But yeah, there's so many different angles of what you can do. The other challenge I have is I really like the look of the secret rares, like the white with the character focus. They're just so clean. But I think if I were to blow it up and frame it, I would probably want the OG cover because that's what's universally recognized. Right? I don't know. I have these. These are my qualms, my quibbles.
No, I reckon it's really cool. I mean, one thing that sort of springs to mind is I remember a while back, I can't remember who it was now, but someone got a whole heap of their comics. Basically, they took them from when Cherry Charts is still doing their like grading system, and then they took all of those and they made a printed book out of it.
Yeah. Oh, that was Denis. Someone else did that too, but I remember.
Was it Denise?
He
was it Denise? Was it?
First guys that did it. He put all his covers into a coffee table book. He had about 20 pages on it, and
maybe it was him. But yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that back on X, and I just thought that's a brilliant idea. So, Mike, God, like, because in that way you got them all there and they're all graded too, and
Yeah.
you can show them off to your mates and say, look, check it out. Like, this is all my covers on VeVe. Like, if you're interested, like, you can talk about the app, get people over there, get some eyeballs on there, and that makes a great talking point.
Yeah. But back then we only had about 20 or 30 comics.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
I'll just do the ones I own.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, go on, Gary.
How many comics do you guys have that are slabs? And do you prefer slabs versus raw comics?
Well, that's a good question. I used to have quite a few actually, and then of course I got married and we had to move out of the out
life.
of my basement. So yeah, I ended up selling pretty much all of them, and but I don't know. It's hard. I do like the raw. Just they're easier to store. I can have more of them. They don't usually cost as much, but that's kind of where I've spent the past couple of years on VeVe, sort of rebuilding. It's like, okay, I gave away some of those keys that I used to have. Now I've got them again, but I don't have the storage, the insurance issues with them. It's just so much more convenient. As a physical collector, I know any physical collectors out there like, oh yeah, here we go again. But I just, I was gonna post this on X the other day. I haven't yet, but I just reread Marvel Comics #1 again. Like, it's a big book. It's like 60-something pages. But
wow,
I read it at night to relax. It's like, here I am reading Marvel Comics #1. I'm in my 50s, right? I mean, I've never read a physical copy of it because they're kind of hard to come by. And here I'm reading this, like, my God, I'm one of, okay, there's 60,000 digital copies, and there's not 60,000 people that own them, right? Like, what's Sanjay have, 1,000 himself?
Something like
that. Whatever the number is. So there's only so many people in the world, A, that can have access to the physical, B, can access the digital. I don't even know if I got rid of my Marvel Unlimited. I don't think it's on there. Is it? It should be. But just the fact that I'm reading it and I own it, it's like, it's mind-blowing to me.
It's a great feeling.
That might be one you should read, Alex. It takes a couple hours.
What's it?
It's a big the MC1, Marvel Comics 1.
Yeah, but might have to do it like in like sections or something. Like,
I was
Marvel Comics.
Read the Namor section where they introduce Namor. And
okay, I'll write that down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting, right? This is another. To me, that's utility. I hear people go on and on and on about, well, we need more. We need the VeVe-verse. We got to have this. We got to have that. I mean, for 20, 30 years of comic collecting, my utility was just knowing I had the book. And like Guri, like, hey, but come over and, check out my collection. You'd be like maybe one of two people looking through this. My wife couldn't care less if I had comics and all this stuff. Right?
She sounds like my wife.
Yeah. I mean, she's been great in helping me with stuff with VeVe, and she's embraced that, and she loves that I'm writing. She's like, yeah, you're putting all this passion into it. It's great to see. But yeah, that was, for me, like, this has been kind of game changing. I'm just having a blast with it. So it's like, I can read them. I can store them. I can print them out if I want to. Like, I don't need a lot for me to say that I have utility here. So am I going to enjoy VeVe-verse? Oh yeah, I can't wait. Am I going to be somebody that you're going to come and see my showroom? I don't know if I have the skill set to do that, but I can see careers coming out of this. There's going to be designers that someone's going to say, hey, I'll pay you to do this. Right? We pay people to build websites today. We pay people to make banner ads and videos. We pay people to do everything creative. So why wouldn't this be something else that's going to come out of that?
I have a thought on this. I've been thinking. I was talking to someone about what the future of collecting is, and of course, collecting is it's a not only a trend, but I think every company has dabbled in it or is trying to dabble. Let's say Nike or Adidas or any company. Even Louis Vuitton, whatever that was, that Louis Vuitton shoes, and fancy stuff. Everybody's trying to get a piece of the action. I'm thinking, fast forward with all these GPUs and all this fancy tech that's coming. Fast forward 50 years, 100 years. Of course, none of us are going to be around unless we somehow magically get life extension. But I think comics will be more, like you're talking about, Chris, you were talking about reading Marvel comic number 1. I'm thinking those kids are going to actually just hit a play button and the comic's just going to be animated right in front of them, in front of their eyes.
That's a huge point. Yeah.
They're not going to be part of the comic from this angle, this view. Let me sit over there and see what this actor is doing or this character is doing.
Yeah. Look at some of the animation right now on X or Twitter, whatever. Like you're seeing some artists do some great work animating the covers. Even Sleeping Comics did this, right? With that.
That's true. Yeah.
That
he did.
And some of his titles, like. That's just fantastic. So that's just the cover. Yeah, that's a great point, Gary. Like imagine now you're fully automated, animated, whatever you want to call it. And the pages are leaping off. Like, can you imagine the resurgence for Marvel? They're struggling a little bit, right? Disney, Marvel, they've been hit in the theaters, and there's a lot of backlash against what they've been doing. But imagine the theatrical experience that's going to come out of putting on a headset or whatever that's going to look like, and being fully immersed reading Marvel Comics 1. I'm sitting back on my couch and with the coffee and just sitting enjoying it. But I think that's going to be phenomenal, really.
Yeah. I think once the Apple Vision Pro gets released and starts getting a bit of traction, that's going to be an absolute game changer. Like you said, you could like sit down on your couch with your coffee and be fully immersed in your your Marvel Comics number 1 or whatever you might be doing, and actually be a part of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
very cool.
If I was to give a prompt to all the listeners whoever's speaking, what do you think 50 years from now? What do you think tech's going to be? If today tech is Apple Vision Pro, what do you think 50 years from now the tech's going to be?
Ooh, 50 years from now. Hopefully we'll have hoverboards.
Yeah, DeLoreans and hoverboards.
That's it.
Well, it's always funny. You go back and you watch all the movies out of the 80s, and we are living in the era of the future right now. Right, like Blade Runner, Back to the Future, like all these shows. It was the 2000s, the 2020s.
We're supposed to be living like the We're supposed to be living like the Jetsons right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're nowhere near that. We're just coming out with electric cars now, thinking this is like game changing, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think the 50 years, that's a tough one. I mean, I hope we're all doing okay in 50 years. And we get smarter, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a headset. That would be my assumption, is they'll find a way to get past having to, put something on. You might go into a room or something. But...
Well, maybe we'll get to the point, maybe like a Cyberpunk or something like that. We're having it start getting like implants and stuff.
Yeah. Isn't Elon doing something like that right now? Isn't he?
Well, yeah. Isn't he supposed to? Yeah, apparently he's supposed to do like putting something in your head or something like that, like a receptor or something, so you can like think and do stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that. Yeah, go on.
No, there is a tech that I don't know the exact name, but I saw a documentary about it where they implant something in the back of your head to work with your optical nerve, and people who are born blind can now see outlines.
Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah.
They cannot see details of the item, but they are able to see what I call is old Atari tech. It's like just your pixels, and you can see an outline of the table, outline of the person. So they're actually able to see using tech. That's today.
Yeah, but that's great, because that's how it starts. To take you like gaming, for example, you start with the Atari era, and then you eventually get to your Nintendo, and then that works up to your Super Nintendo, then your Mega Drive, your Nintendo 64, and then just progresses from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited
you-
about what it can do for people that are not able to do just
Mhm.
naturally. Right?
Yeah.
People without body parts, people without speech, people without eyes. That's the entertaining, or the not the entertaining, but that's the stuff that excites me. The innovation.
Yeah.
Of course, there's bad use cases or misuse cases for every tech.
Of course.
I understand that, but I'm super excited that the amount of processor speed, the amount of memory innovation that's happening is literally 5, 10, 20 folds current tech that's in the pipe. Right, that the Intels, the AMDs, the NVIDIAs they're not. What you see today is what's already approved. It's out in the market. They're
Mhm.
already three products ahead. So what's to
Yeah.
come is exciting.
Well, that's it. We could either have tech that's going to revolutionize the world, or AI is going to enslave us all, and we're going to have a Skynet or Matrix scenario. I guess we'll have to see which one comes first.
That's right.
I in my lifetime, I want to see a holodeck. That's all I want.
Oh
to see.
yeah.
Mate, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Right. You get into the room, you're in that space. Feel it. You can feel the breeze. You can feel the water. You can be at a bar having conversation with your favorite person,
Mhm.
even though it is not real. But everything is every sense can be felt, or can be. You can get all the sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like what Morpheus says in like the Matrix. It's like, define reality. It's like reality is basically receptors, like, interpreted by your brain.
Mhm.
So I'm just waiting for Hinano to jump up because someone said holodeck.
That'd be fun to see how Nano and D are filming their show in a few years' time, right? Like, what's that going to look
Yeah.
like? 'Cause they're getting pretty good. I know the intros are awesome and the quality is great.
Oh, mate, they're like, this is a big shout out to the Real Uncommon podcast and to Hinano in particular. Yeah, editing skills are actually mad and next level. I mean, the stuff we did like for the VeVe Live. I mean, like, oh my god, it's like way beyond my abilities.
That's right. Same with
Yeah.
me.
Sorry, D, you've been so quiet there in the background. Do you have anything you want to add to the conversation, or anything you want to chime in with?
No, it's just great listening to you guys share your ideas and perspectives on things. Yeah, keep the conversation going.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate all that. I am actually busy editing, but one thing I do want to see is a replicator. That would be super cool. Like,
Ooh.
we already have 3D printers. Why can't we print our food? What do you guys think about that?
Depends if it's
Yeah.
That's
Could try
happening. That's happening. You know the chocolate printers there. You know that there is another printer that they're working on where there's like a base human need of certain calories and it actually creates the dish, gives that dish a flavor, but it's not real meat. It's not the real whatever.
Mhm.
It just makes it look like it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's like a Beyond Burger.
Well, if I go to that magic box and say, make me a ribeye steak, and if it's like some kind of plant protein, that's fine. But if it tastes like a ribeye steak, sign me up.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The hard part is like, listen, that's the holy grail, right? I mean, they can make it look like it, but make it smell and taste. You're going all senses, right? Feel. You're gonna say, let me feel it. Open it, touch it with your finger, mishmash it, and you're like, no, that looks like that string of meat is real. I don't know why. So that's the key thing. It'll happen,
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
I just want to be around when it does.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just to say,
And then
I tried a replicator, right? Just once, and the holodeck too. A holodeck would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're all saying, "Oh, those were the good old days when it was the real ribeye."
Yeah.
What's that show? Which Avengers? The Thor, where he drinks his beer and it just automatically refills.
Oh,
It's a mad. I
Oh.
think it's Doctor
Yeah.
Strange keeps refilling his
yeah.
mug.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what we did, isn't it? Like, just like, you just
Yeah.
have everything like on tap.
I want that.
That's it.
Look at it.
Another.
Another.
That's it. I like this. So I like this drink. Another, and smash the ground, and then not only smash the glass on the ground, have another glass with a beer in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Next thing you know, like, we'll see the likes of like Biscuits, for example, who does, like, all the 3D printing. Like, next thing you know, we'll see start doing food or something like that. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So going back to VeVe, so we got another drop coming up soon. We got the Batman Who Laughs. So how do we feel about this drop? Because this one looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool, but I don't have 115 gems to collect the set so I can craft for the emblem.
I know, yeah. I mean, because that's the thing, isn't it? Like, this is like, the first non-blind box drop we've had for a while, and yeah, we've got the Batman Who Laughs going for 40 gems, and we've got the Dark Robins 1, 2, and 3 going for 25 gems each. So what's that? 50? Yeah. And yeah, so basically, according to the blog article here, like, you have to collect the whole set, and then you can craft the emblem for basically no charge.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
But but like you said, that's going to be an expensive craft.
I mean, that'd be cool though. If you just want the Batman Who Laughs collectible, then yeah, it'll just be 40.
Because let's have a look here. Yeah, go on, Gary.
Cheaper in the market.
Oh, it'll definitely be cheaper in the market.
Yeah.
And it says if you want to craft it anyway, it says limit one craft per purchase. Only collectibles purchased from the store are eligible to craft.
Sure.
So yeah, so you'll be able to pick it up for cheaper anyway.
Yeah, I've realized that if I'm doing mint collecting, I'm looking for specific mint numbers. It's almost always I get the mint I want in the market. It'll never come to me magically. Like, it will not be like, hey, Guri likes that mint number. Let's just give it to him.
Just will it into existence.
Oh, I've willed for hundreds of drops, and my will is obviously not strong enough. So nope.
Yes.
But
So
yeah.
I'm in the market fishing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna say I haven't gone for a drop for a long time, just for that very fact that, like, 9 times out of 10 you can pick up something you want in the market for cheaper, and you get what you want. You don't, like, constantly get commons and uncommons, which I hear a couple of people have had in the past on certain drops. But I'm definitely liking the style of these Batman Who Laughs. Like, with the pixel shading, like they're starting to do. It looks really cool.
Yeah, isn't this the first Batman that they have colored completely? Yeah, there was a blue phase. I think there were 3-4 of blue.
Yeah, there was the blue Todd and his line. But I think you might be right. Yeah.
So is this the future of? So they were not done with all 100 black and whites. They did about 8 or 7 multiplied by 5. 35 possible out of 100. And then there's a bunch of blues, and now they're going with this color. So they're a bit all over the place. It'll be interesting to see what color, how does the colors get received by the community? Is this a trend for future drops?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe this is like testing the waters, see how the market reacts, how the community reacts. Yeah, maybe. Because, I mean, like, we haven't had a black and white drop for a while now, haven't we?
We did, and I think there was one, and it did not sell out.
No.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like, but I don't think we've had one for a while. But actually, another one. Speaking of black and white, that's coming up is the Matt Gondik drop. So who's going to have a try for that secret rare? Where there's only 20 editions. I think that's actually, like, what the most scarce item we have on the app at the moment.
It is. Yeah.
Well, the car is the Aston Martin and the ticket, the 007.
Ticket, yeah.
Oh yeah, the ticket as well. I forgot that ticket.
And then the car is 7 units.
That's right. Yeah.
This would be probably the third, with 16 units available.
Oh, there you go.
They kept 4. I don't know why they do that. Just mind-boggling.
I know,
But-
yeah, I don't
Knew
get
there
that
was
either.
going to.
Yeah, for those
I mean, like-
things that
I mean,
are
like-
already scarce, like you shouldn't hold any back.
Yeah, and especially the first 4. Come on, do some random stuff.
Mm.
Let the audience let them get the number 1. Like, there's only a few number. Is there any number 1 that anybody has? Might be of the Iron Man, but that's
Yeah,
about it.
so the Funko, that's all we got, because every time they always hold back the first 40 editions or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but no, but I totally agree. I mean, like, you saw the amount of excitement and thrill, like, when actually people had the opportunity to go for the first, to actually at least try and get the first mint of, like, the Iron Man Funko, and the amount of excitement and basically gamification that did. It's like, why can we not do that? Like, just at the what's up with this one, especially being, like, as scarce as it already is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would love for VeVe to say, just like last time, although I don't think VeVe said it, I think just David said it, is that I'm gonna buy number 1. Why doesn't VeVe say it's out in the market and we'll make an offer to the number 1 holder for 10,000 gems, or
Yeah.
make
Stop putting
it
out, stop putting out bounties.
Yeah.
right? And let that one,
Ooh.
if they want to keep it or do they want to just make a quick flip,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, that's very intriguing. What do we think, everyone out there listening in the audience? So, would you, if they had like a bounty system, we could all pretend to be the Mandalorians? That'd be awesome. So, if VeVe implemented a bounty system, would you be up for it?
Yeah, that would be
they're
an
so-
incentive. That would be fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Burn some Omi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Tough one. I don't
yeah.
know. It's I always look at, because I've been in the print industry for a lot of my years too, and the coveted, if you were printing anything of special, big news story items or some article that was, you knew your magazine was going to sell out, the first 10 are coveted. And back in my newspaper career days, of course, right, it was the first 100, because you're printing hundreds of thousands of copies per day, but you needed the speed that these things came off the line. It would take about 100 copies until sometimes you would start to say, oh, you caught an error. And so that was where the term "stop the presses" came from.
Yeah.
Which became known as, oh, that's so newsworthy. Stop the presses. We got to stop and talk about this. That's why that low run have always been so important. And, usually the first 40 are held back and they're coveted. So imagine the top 10 that happens, but what happens to everyone that's now holding, sub 100s? We've made it a thing. I know I take some flack for this sometimes, but we've made it a thing to say, oh, I've got the number 41. It's in our community of, what do we have now? Say 300,000 people have downloaded the app. 41 is a big number. Everybody gets it. Put that out to a market of 3 million, 30 million people that don't know what that means. What happens? So there's early reward, there's risk. That I think we're still so early in this whole system. Like, whoever really knows what's going to happen? But it's just odd. And I think DC NFT did the same thing, right? Like, the ones that they hold back were all the first run, the first minted. So it's obviously that they're so coveted. But what would that do to everyone?
Wait,
else?
did you say DC Comics, DC NFTs release mint 0?
Oh, they
Mint
do.
1.
That's right. Yeah.
I have a mint
So-
8 comic, and that's my prized possession. I can't get any lower than that because of price constraints.
That's a nice little competitive advantage that they did on that then, right? So,
Yeah.
'cause, yeah, I've gone for many of their drops. I never get good mints there either, so I gotta go and buy them. But
Yeah, I always.
yeah,
pick-
that's
I'm collecting. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think
It's frustrating. I'd love to see it if they had it open. Like, imagine what they'd be worth, right? They're
Mm.
like when comics and crypto. I remember we had this chat, and it's like, yeah, if you've got, that's why I always went after specific date mints, historical significance, and whatnot, because it removes any doubt, right? If you've got who's got that 1939 MC1? That's just going to be a big deal, right? You
right.
can't argue it. There's
Mm.
no way around it. But I don't know. That was for me because that's the 1-to-1 nature of this. But when those like numbers 1 through 10 and ever show up, I know, was it Dan used to say they were going into museums and stuff like that, but what if? Museums have been known to sell some of their assets, right, to the right
Yeah,
buyer, the right amount.
yeah.
Mm.
Who knows? So
I've been to the Nissan Museum in Yokohama, and they have all their cars with 0 or 1 odometer, right? Older
Mhm.
ones, and they're just sitting there. They work, right? And
Yeah.
but those are like worth $1 billion because I don't think it's the first off the factory, but they kept a few that they're just gonna keep in house.
Yeah.
But I think they released the first one. They actually do an award ceremony, say you're the first person to get it, and like make a big show and tell about it.
Yeah.
They should release. I think everybody should release the first one. Keep random mints or random, copies that they need for internal employees or future giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I don't know. It'd be exciting. Like, imagine seeing that in the market. It would dominate.
Yeah.
Mm. I guess we'll have to see. Say hashtag. Can say hashtag soon.
So to answer your question, I'm going for it. I think it's a limited run. I have all of his collection from before, and if I get even the regular one, that'd be sweet. Let alone the secret rare.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's only was it 50 gems, I believe. Yeah, 50 gems.
50 gems.
Nah, very cool. So unfortunately, I won't be going for it. But is anyone else out there in the audience going to go for it? So show us a thumbs up or 100%. So if you do go for it, good luck. Hope you do land that secret rare. Because also with that secret rare, you also get that physical toy as well, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Get the what's it called? It's called a Tubi toy.
It's a Sofubi.
So probably I can't say.
Yeah, it's okay. I actually went. I'm like,
But-
is it Sofubi or Sofu? Like, I had to go and research so I could actually say it correctly.
All right. So we cover a limited edition run of 20 physical toys. Oh, hand embellished toys measuring. Let me just. Yeah. Okay. So you also get, if you land your secret rare, you also get a physical toy with a certificate of authenticity, signed and numbered on the foot. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's priceless because I've seen Gondek's physicals that they drops on his website, and
Mhm.
it literally sells out in 2 minutes. I can never catch it. If it's at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, by 10:01, 10:02, it's gone.
Yeah, you're gone.
Oh,
So he's got a huge following, and they buy stuff in 3 or 4 digits, easy, like $3,000, $4,000 item, gone.
fast.
It's just hard to find his item
No.
on the drop. You can't find them on eBay.
Hmm.
How much
Yes.
is it? It's 50. Did you say?
50 gem, yeah. 50 gem drop price.
Oh.
And if anybody's thinking that they're going to buy the gems after they get approval, for some reason the app is so bogged down with traffic that it's tough to get the gems. So if you're going for it,
Yeah, be ready. Be ready.
Yeah, it's tough to get the gems in that 15 minutes. I've lost some other drop, and I was like, I'm a fool. I should have just bought the gems early.
It's like old school, right? You had to have, what was it, VeVe Vault. Remember, you had to set your phone up. I would spend
That's right.
hours
Yeah.
the night before deleting old photos, hibernating apps,
Yeah. Clearing
standing
the
beside my router.
clearing the cache. So make
Fat
sure your
fingers.
router's like up to speed. Yeah. But
That's
then,
how far we've come in just 2 years, right? So imagine now you've got all these other advancements coming. It's
yeah, well, yeah, like imagine when they start implementing like the what is the 24-hour wait system or something like that. So that way everyone around the world gets like a chance at it.
yeah.
But in saying that as well, there was a level of like excitement and hype, like when it came down to like being ready, like in the last 10 seconds, like you're sweating, like, oh my god, am I going to get it, or am I just going to get like a big like
the early
sorry,
mornings,
you missed out. Yeah.
Getting up and pacing, like stress. Oh my god! Is everyone's phone in this house on airplane mode? Like we don't have one device active here.
That's it. It's like
oh my
Dad,
god, Dad's
this is
BBing again.
I know, it's like everyone's don't go anywhere near your devices because Dad is trying to go for a drop. If you
Right.
touch it, there's a risk that you might not you might lose your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got up in the morning and I cycled to the nearest cell tower.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I stood underneath it and I got the most amount of bars and I was like, the download speed's really fast. This is it. But I still would not get it.
Well, funny
Nope.
story. I was in my so when they dropped AF-15, it was a weekend where I was going. I got a friend of mine that's got a cabin in the lake area by Seattle, and
Oh,
so we
nice.
were all going down to spend the weekend. And I'm like, listen, Saturday, it was Saturday or Sunday or whatever it was. I said, say
Mhm.
Sunday morning, they're doing this comic drop on VeVe, and he's like, what the hell's that? And I said, it's something I can't miss. Right? So I said, how good is your Wi-Fi down there? He's like, well, it's the best. I pay to have the, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. And I trust him, right? He's done really well for himself. And
Yeah.
go down there, get up that morning. It was a very late night prior. I woke up, I parked myself right beside his router there. I'm finger flat, and I didn't win. I was so bad. Oh my God. But that was 10,000. They sold out in less than a second, right? And it was so just frustrating how that used to be, and now it's different. I don't know. I don't get the same level of excitement from the drops because we don't have all of that going on. It's the excitement is whether or not you get accepted to participate, right? And and then like you said, Gary, half the time it's like, okay, I got in. Do I want to go for it now? It makes me second guess. And I'm like, maybe I'll just wait for the market because I chase mints, right? And I'm going to get something random that now what? Now I got to go buy 2 or 3 more to dollar cost average in, and they're not the mints that I usually want anyways. And
yeah, so what's the point?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever won a sub 100 on a drop. So it's like that trend I know is going to continue. I don't have luck gambling. That's why I don't gamble in Vegas and stuff. I just lose, right? But it is. I mean, it's calmer. It's nicer. You can plan it better. The wait list has been great. I like how they hold up. You can't just immediately dump your assets. You've got to wait 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that is good.
Because it was unfair before, right? If I had something decent, you couldn't turn around and flip it if I wanted to, because I don't know what it is about where I live, but it usually takes a good hour and a half for my hints to show up anyways. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm out. So
my luck is not good. The drops I want, even with the wait list, I don't get. Like London Police, I did not get.
I didn't get that.
Lamborghinis, I did not get. I had to buy everything that I wanted from the market. But for the Lamborghinis, I got my mints at half the price. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not going to go for drops at all because I'm getting everything on the first page.
I've always wondered that. This goes way back. I think when Denis and I were first on the Uncommon podcast, I think this came up. It's like, will there ever be a true advantage of being a mint owner, right? You an OG Genesis mint, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
So, is there the chance that and I don't know how they count them, right? Is it sequential order? Because the edition numbers that we have on the assets are different than the mint order number. And so,
Correct.
if you owned a great edition number, but it's been traded hands 100 or more times, does that change the
dilute the
valuation
value
as if you've minted it and held on to it from the very beginning? They've never
So
really come out and said if that's going to be a thing or not, right? So I don't know.
I heard you say it, or someone else said it on another talk live feed, where someone was saying about giving CGC kind of grade to an item and say if you get it on the drop, it's just like DC does it, right? They have a 9.8 assigned to.
Like, think about
right?
anything you buy. It's like that. If you bought a real world, Lamborghini 350 GT, if you were buying it from the original owner who had it made, that's valuable, as opposed to if you're buying any used car that's been driven by. Because you often ask, like at the dealerships, they tell you how many previous owners the car has had, because that's a perceived value equation, right? So I
wonder if there's going to be. I would like. Go ahead.
Yeah.
There you go, mate.
I was thinking there should be some sort of grading system on each collectible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the more especially comic books, if you read it very often, it should start reducing 0.0 something. 0.05.
I've thought that. Yeah.
I've
got a lot of books I own, and I always buy multiples so that I can read. If there's ones that I'm going to read it, then I'm going to buy a second one. But like some of my 1939 oriented MC1s have never been opened.
Yeah.
I don't know. And now what's DC Candy doing, right? They're selling packs that you don't have to open.
Correct.
Oh, it's going that way a little bit, right?
So, the comics that I buy on VeVe, I don't open them.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I buy something from the market, then I will read it because it's already used.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's a great point, because I love the utility of reading it, but the specific key mints, or editions. Sometimes I don't open them, but there are times where it's like, I want to be the original minter of the asset. The Gondek one coming up. If you get that secret rare, you're one of 12 like original owners. It's like when you would buy art from the artist. They manufacture it, and does it matter what the edition is? So
he's doing an AMA on Friday with VeVe, and I hope he announces a utility for the 16 or the 12 secret rare holders, and says not only get this physical, but you are invited, you're whitelisted on all my drops on my website. Right?
Yeah,
that would be good.
Golden.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Something that London Police is doing as well. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Big trouble. I'm just on the site right now. I'm having a look at it. Because I didn't own any Gondek stuff until like just last week. I put a note out and I grabbed the Melvin, and then I didn't know. I was just buying it because I'd been hunting for some good value MCP points, right? I was stacking them up a little bit. And I think I got this Melvin for whatever it was, $14, $15 for 6 points.
Yeah, we go. We can do a little bit of market watch if you want. I'm actually just looking at them all right now. So let's see. So go. Should we do it? Should we? I'll put on my market watch voice and say we can do a little bit of market watch.
Do it. Yeah.
So let's do it. Do it now.
Yeah. But then it turned out, like, this is why I like this community so much, right? The guy that I bought it off of, Standoff Chart, I think, he reached out and said, "Oh, by the way, I have the matching poster with the same edition number that goes with that. I don't know if you knew, but anyone that owned this Melvin got this as a or vice versa. If you own the poster, you got the Melvin as the airdrop. And I said, oh yeah, no, I didn't know that. And so that was an easy set match for me, right? Things like that. But now I'm a Gondek owner, and I actually kind of like it. The more I look at it, at first I was like, I'm not sure this is my style, and then it's like anything.
You just sort of grows on you.
It does, yeah. And so now I go, but I'm also a big Simpsons fan, right? So there's a
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's kick this off then. So for the Matt Gondek, we have Matt, which is our common, which is the duck with the bat, is currently going for 4 gems and 99 frags on the floor.
Yeah.
And then we have, who's next in the line here? We have Aaron. Aaron is our uncommon. He's the duck with a ciggy in his mouth and the big roller in his hand. He's going for 4 gems and 25 frags on the floor at the moment. So very, very affordable. And who we have next? Next we have, so just because my website's been a little bit screwy. Here we go. We've got our rare, which is Karen. Anyway, it's the bat is the duck holding the machete and a little spray can. He's going for 7 gems and 39 frags on the floor. Another very affordable one. And what else we got here? We must have our ultra rare next. We got our ultra rare next, which is Andy. Andy is the duck holding the Molotov cocktail and the dynamite, looking very, very nasty. He is going for 38 gems on the floor. And last but not least, we have our secret rare, which is Melvin. And Melvin is the duck holding the bat with Bart's head next to him in a skull. That is actually going for 16 gems and 50 frags on the floor. Yeah. Ooh. And it's a nice mint too. It's a 1, 2, 2, 3 mint.
2, 2, 3, right? So there you go. It's what's that divided by 6? 2.50. What do you call them? Frags?
Frags, yeah.
$2.50 frags.
It's good, isn't it? So
yep.
Little hand grenade.
Yeah. I have to give D points for that one. D was actually the one that coined frags. So big shout out to D for that one.
I remember that. Yeah, fragments
right.
of the gem. That was perfect. Yeah.
The ultra rare of this set is animated with one of the weapon rack. It has to be in the same room for this thing to be animated. Even though it doesn't say it's animated, it is animated. So you have to have another Gondek piece from another set for this thing to connect, which is amazing as to how they program that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's fun. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, okay. Sorry guys, I'm back. My system just tried to rug me. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep. We got
sweet.
Yep. There.
Also, if I start sounding like a chipmunk or Speedy Gonzalez, let me know because my system's been a little screwy lately. But yeah, no, sorry, I was just saying back to the whole frags thing. Yeah, we had an episode a while back and we had the discussion about what do we actually call like the lower denominations of like gems, because like obviously you got dollars, you got cents, you got pounds, you got pence. It's like, what do you call what do you call gems? And yeah, it was actually D that came up with frags, and it's sort of stuck ever since.
That's cool. Makes sense.
It does. So big shout out to D. And yeah, just going back to the weapons rack as well. That was actually a really surprising utility, wasn't it? Because that one wasn't really announced. It was speculated, but it wasn't really like officially announced. And everyone's like, oh, if I stick my I can't remember. Was it just the one duck next to the weapons rack, or was there a certain one?
Is it the Andy? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the Andy, the ultra rare one, and I think it's the most expensive black and gold weapons rack. I can go and check it out. I have.
But if that's the ultra rare, yeah. Well, if that's the ultra rare, then right now the weapons rack gold is going for 31 gems and 31 frags on the floor. So 31.
plus 38.40 for the. That's good.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I have a Gondek piece for sale for 31.31.
I noticed.
Mint number 31.31.
There you go.
Repeater.
Well, there we go. So
Yeah,
for anyone,
like the old,
obviously not financial advice, but if anyone is interested in helping Guri out, so Guri's got one, the failures of control in the market now for 31 gems and 31 frags with a mint number of 31.31. So obviously nothing said on this channel is financial advice. Do what you will with your money at your own peril. So just be advised that we are just people talking on the internet about collecting, digital, physical, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, be responsible with your money. Just put that out there right now.
That's right.
But yeah, but if anyone feels inclined to do so, help Guri out so you can go for that Gondik drop.
Oh, thanks.
around.
I spent a whole bunch of gems this morning on Frank Kozik pieces. Someone was flooring them left, right, and straight.
All right.
Literally, yeah. I don't know what was going on, but they wanted to raise some gems and they were like giving it at 50% off the floor. And we're like, I was like, I'm going to buy Frank Kozik as well. I'm a sucker for art pieces.
He's got cool stuff.
He does have very cool stuff. And actually, funny enough, we actually had the pleasure of having Frank Kozik in one of our spaces a while back.
I gotta go listen to this. Do you know the number?
I honestly have to go back and look, but it was definitely somewhere within the last 10 like the first 10 episodes of VeVe Wednesdays.
Okay, that's just all. All right, I'll go listen.
Yeah, I'll have to find it myself now. It's been a long time now. We're up to what, episode 42?
Yeah.
Back in the early days. But also, I just want to say, just take the opportunity because I haven't really done it enough in this episode. Is thank you everybody for taking the time out of your busy days to come and tune in with us. It's a bit of a slow start getting going, but now we're rolling. We're having a fantastic conversation about all sorts of everything. Like now we've covered comics, we've covered digital collecting, the future of digital collecting, and all sorts of this fun stuff. But I see Macho Nacho, I see PK Lance, I see Wes, Batman Who Laughs, Richard, always a pleasure having you in the space, mate. Fried Labbits, big supporter of the channel. Thanks for dropping in. Got Death Bunny, Clever Jerk. You're, as I've said before, your collection in particular is insane. Some of the mint numbers you've got is fantastic. So big shout out to you, mate, and keep doing what you're doing. Got Jordio, Double Quill still here. And of course, Chris and Guri and D for speaking the space. And then Nana's there as well, listening in the background.
That's awesome.
Now, really,
I've got a question that's been on my mind a bit. If you guys want to debate it, possibly.
Absolutely. Let's hear it. We love questions.
Yeah. So I know not everybody chases secret rares and whatnot. I've just been looking at a bunch lately because they're just so down over what their all-time highs were.
Mm-hmm.
So let's use X-Men number 4.
Okay.
So I remember being on Aaron's live stream when he bought this for $350 because it had come down like 50%. So the all-time high, $2,600. Right, it's currently trading at about $150. Has 600 editions. Right.
Okay.
And I'm just using NFT Tracker to take a look at this.
So oh yeah. So for anyone who's not familiar, X-Men number 4.
Yeah, I think it's gold collect value at a 9.8 on the OG covers, about 25,000.
Oh really?
Then you've got what was the other one I was looking at? So X-Men 41, let's say. Right. So this is now the first appearance of the Blob, I believe it is.
Yep, I know that one's got a good in real life value to it.
Yeah, so that in life is around 60,000, and only had an all-time high of 130. Currently trading at around 70, but has 150 editions. So
right,
if I'm just trying to have speculative fun here. That's all this is, right? But if I'm looking back, when we had our all-time highs, and you had a book like X-Men 4 which has a lower real world value. It's a cool cover. It's the first appearance of what's her name there, Wanda. But you've got 600 editions, and it went as high as 2,600. What would that do to a book like the FA of the Blob that only has 150 editions? And its real world value is 3x over what X-Men 4 is. So these are the things that I think about when I've got spare time on my hands, right?
Yeah, true.
Just playing around as I
yeah, it
sketch,
does.
right?
Would popularity of the character play into that? Because I would assume like Wanda is a lot more popular than Blob.
Yeah, it's probably a popularity contest, right? She's also had a lot more play in the theaters and stuff. But.
Well, that's it.
Can you tell Chris? Can you tell me like the second comic book, which has only 150 secret rare, is that a late or a newer drop compared to all the prior drops that were like?
That's also a good point. The Blob came out maybe a couple of months back, right? Far more recent. So X-Men 4 was last year because it went through the all-time high season. The X-Men 41 has not seen a bull run. So just interesting, right? I look at all these things. I'm like, man, what could that mean? But the point about, Wanda being far more appealing, but then at the uncommon cover is the one that has her singled out, not the secret rare. And the uncommon's only trading at about $8 right now. So if it was the image on the character, which is what the secret rares generally tend to favor, is that an issue? I don't know. It's the one thing I find about this particular marketplace is very little seems to make sense.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. So that goes right back to the day when Aaron had his rant, right? Like, why are you paying $6.99 for a drop and instantly selling it for $5? And now we're instantly selling them for $2. Right?
No, well, in some cases even like $1. Like I've seen like comics like as low as like $1 to $1.25 now.
Yeah, they're getting down there, right? And it's almost like it doesn't matter what you could put out a 5,000, you could put out a 4,000. People are going to undercut. Maybe it's I wrote a blog on this. Maybe I'm partly guilty for it, right? The favorability of the exclusive covers, the rare, ultra rare, and the way scarcity has been marketed to crypto makes the secret rare obviously like they're scarce. But I had a great chat with our creative director at my company, right? Big ad agency, and I said, look, you tell me, if you had to create a cover from scratch or make a secret rare, what's the levels of difficulty here? And he's like, well, the exclusive covers are manufactured. They're created exclusively, specifically for those two pieces. The secret rare is just a panel that's pulled out of the book, modified, pasted, and called a secret rare. So from a manufacturing standpoint, they're easier to do, but there's fewer of them, right? So it's just a really there's so many ways you can look at it. I guess ultimately that just becomes, what do you like to collect, and what's your preference, but it's interesting. I'm just looking at all these things as I go through these going, man, if I was to try and make a couple of predictions, but it's so hard to do.
Yeah, well, still, because there's just so many different ways you can sort of cut it, really, couldn't you?
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe that's a good point Guri brings up, right? Like a lot of these books because look at some of the edition numbers on Secret Rares now, right? They're 188 on these low run books, 150 on that one I was just talking about. So low, so rare, right? And then what would happen if they dropped a collectible with only 150 editions? I mean, look at the Aston Martin. Look what we're talking about with the Gontech drop, right? Like that level of super rarity. But maybe it's just because the comic's also connected to 5,000 or 7,000 other editions, right?
Yeah. Yep. The X-Men 3 has a mint 1111 for sale, 160, That is a sweet mint, but I don't have 100.
Which one's that? X-Men number 3.
Yeah, 1111 is the mint on the first page.
Cool. I'm gonna have a look.
Secret there.
X-Men number 3.
Yeah.
Where are you?
There's 2113. 1111. Oh, that's a full binary. Oh, Frank. Yeah. I bought a few things off that guy in the past. So he's got a magic way of finding really great mints. That's a good one though, because binaries, boy, are they rare. I think in what's the number? I think in 10,000 numbers, there's only like 11 binaries available. Like those old 30,000 runs we used to get. There's like 16 of them. They're so rare from a number, and they look cool too, right? That's a nice one. Boy, Gary, now you got me thinking.
So he's thinking
out the budget blower right there. They don't have any money left for Friday.
He's reaching for the credit card.
Can you hear that? Yeah.
So I'm putting. I have changed my strategy a bit. I am trying to buy signed books of Scotty Young. So
nice.
Just because I think I'm trying to do a mix of digital and physical for the house, something that gives me joy. And so it's interesting how VeVe's journey has made me spend money and now in physical stuff. I'm going to buy some London Police artwork. I really liked what I saw in terms of on Friday when I was at DCon. It's a smaller crowd, chance to talk to the artist. It was some of these artists didn't even care if you bought stuff or not. They were just so free because there was not that many people. They were able to have conversation with you. It was just wonderful to see that. And I want to support all these people that I told them straight, I'm not buying your art, but they still talk to me.
I was supposed to say, appreciate you taking a moment out of your time just to come and at least have a look at their wares.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, if I had a lot of money and if I won lottery, then I will be buying. I want to buy a bunch of Secret Rare comics just because they are very limited in quantity. Just 169 gems is a lot for me at this point.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Yeah, there's so much, and I also think there's some stuff coming. This is because I know I always see people on X, and it's like, oh, this didn't sell out, or this one's not really doing that well. Look at the numbers, but there's also kind of that little bit of hopium going on. I mean, David's alluded to a new genre hitting. I think it's music. Right? Like, what's that going to mean if you're one of the first music asset holders? How's that going to work for the artist? How cool is it going to be for the rest of the industry? I mean, judging by maybe ages on here, but, I think a lot of us lived through Napster, right? And then Napster was sued. It was sued by Metallica.
Yep, right? I remember that.
Some pretty big names got involved in saying, whoa, this is harmful. And meanwhile, they all missed the bigger picture, right? I like Metallica. I bought lots of their albums. I didn't buy all of them. And you used to buy albums and CDs and you'd get a lot of crap on it, right? So they missed the opportunity to say, well, what if instead of selling 1 million CDs for $20, what if I sold 20 million for $1? And then every time it was resold, it's the same 20 million, but I could make recurring revenue each time that kept going.
Get the volume out of it.
Yeah. So then LimeWire shows up, right? And of course, everybody, what do we do, right? We knew it was wrong. Right?
Yeah.
We'd sit there for hours downloading songs, making, mixtape CDs and all that kind of stuff.
Making sure they're not riddled with viruses.
Yeah. You had to select, right? It was time consuming. Sometimes it took 4 hours. But and then here we are now. We're on the cusp of artists releasing their work as a contracted digital asset. with full ownership, bypassing all the middleman costs that ran up the reason you had to pay $20 for a CD in the first place. I mean, Apple was kind of genius changing that, one song, $1. Safe,
Right.
can trust it, right? Easy. I always go back to VeVe, like it's easy. DC, Candy, whatever we call it now, it's easy, right?
Yep.
That's going to be your onboarding winner. I still think VeVe and DC and whatnot have been a little bit, I don't know, maybe gun shy about going to the market to have that conversation, because it's the reason the ETF has hit the United States. It's because they're easy to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
There's none of the stuff that you have to worry. And so that's going to bring billions of dollars into that fund, right? And that's going to be the educational side. Right? Why don't you have that in your balance sheet now? It's easy. Anybody can get it. Oh, okay. Well, why don't you own some NFTs? It's easy. Anybody can get it, right? All the stuff that we had to live through, everybody heard about Bored Apes. The whole planet heard about it. And then what happened, right? Everybody went and said, well, how do I get one of those? I'm like, ooh, what's this? Right?
Yeah.
Stop. So that's
it. Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's this? Like, I've got to connect my MetaMask account. I've got to go through OpenSea to get it. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. It's too many steps. It just needs to be like a one-step streamlined process. Like for example, what Pudgy Penguins is doing now is another good example.
Mm-hmm.
I actually bought my kids some Pudgy Penguins for Christmas, and it comes with like a little QR code. Like, inside the box, you scan the QR code, you go on their website, you make yourself a little Pudgy Penguin, and that's it. You're done. Simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's how ultimately everything becomes easy, right? Amazon wasn't easy in the beginning, and even though their website, when they first launched it, wasn't difficult, it was very simple to walk through the steps to do it. At the time, nobody was putting their credit card on the internet, right? So you had an onboarding problem of people being reluctant to spend. And that's kind of equatable to crypto, right? It's difficult to transition fiat into all this stuff. I mean, I've done it enough times now. I get it, but every single time you're holding your breath, waiting for your transaction to fulfill. Right?
Yeah, and it's not a nice feeling. I mean, like that certain of like insecurity is like, did I put in the right number? Did I miss a number? Is it going to turn up? I have no idea. Right. It's like whereas like, you go into something like VeVe, like, you see something, you like it, you buy it with a one click of a button. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole premise that brought me into this.
So Chris,
yeah, go ahead.
Do you guys, anybody on the panel or outside, do you guys foresee a media player? Or I know there was a talk about a jukebox. Do you think that is going to be a VeVe media player or a player that connects to another player?
I believe so.
I believe it will, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be the catalyst that, I mean, if there was ever something to be said for interoperability, like that makes so much sense, right? And particularly if you could find a way to have the setup that each time the song is played or resold or shared or licensed to use in an advertisement or a video that the artist, gets 5 cents, whatever it was. It's the same model that we operated with in the radio days, right? You would cut an album, your manager would negotiate with the airwave publishers or whatever the heck they were called, and every time your song ran on a radio station, the band got 7 cents. It sounds like nothing, but when there were 120,000 radio stations across the US all playing your song 20 to 40 times a day, that's how they made their money.
Yeah, it adds up.
It added up really fast. That's why Napster was a problem, because it cut into that business model of easy revenue to the management companies, right? It's no different than the world I work in now, all this programmatic advertising and whatnot. Like our firm, we purchase assets almost like right at the inventory floor. We tell our clients this, if you think of the stock market model, all the movies where the traders are running around on the floor, throwing tickets up in the air, you're buying the stock right at the ground floor level. You're not buying it through a broker. You're not buying it through a bank. You're not buying it through a reseller who are all adding their costs and markups to this. You're buying it from the ground floor level. It eliminates enormous amounts of cost. That's how the consumer can buy and purchase these things faster, easier, less expensively than you had to pay for these things in the past. You remove all the fluff. Very similar when you purchase an NFT, right? You're minting it off the original blockchain that it's grafted onto. So yes, there's fees. I don't mind VeVe's fees. They got to pay their licensors. They got to pay the lawyers and everything to make sure this is all safe and just. But that's the business model. So if VeVe can find a way to somehow craft that into the experience, and I agree. Like if they can build a player where you would come to VeVe to have the player, game over. Like that's right. Imagine now you're the metaverses, VeVe verses, they're all interchanging, interconnecting, and VeVe is the jukebox provider, right? You're gonna put the VeVe jukebox in your Facebook metaverse.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
And I mean, like, there's been a bit of speculation. I mean, like, that's what could possibly be on the way. Because I mean, it's like, is it Ron English that's apparently collaborating with VeVe or something like that to do it? Because I remember was it OG Vault? I think it was released a video not long ago, sort of explaining it, saying because there's a music festival coming up.
Yeah, that to me that would be very cool. Be interesting
I
to
would
see
like
who the first band's going to be on there too, right? So
yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Beatles. I'm kidding. I have no idea. It's
but you're not maybe wrong, or like think of like Michael Jackson's foundation, for instance. What did I read a couple of weeks ago? Like they were selling off some of the assets to fund the estate, and right? Why not put 2 or 3 songs in? They'll make hundreds of millions of dollars off that, right? I don't know. That's I mean, you're either going to have someone that's relatively new or obscure or isn't like a mainstream artist, right? They're willing to take the risk and chance and do this. They might not have, maybe they're not represented by, all the big music labels and all that kind of stuff. But
maybe it's a Korean band, boy band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. You never know.
Get some more Gangnam Style.
Yeah. So whatever happened to that guy? So he made like a couple of one-hit wonders.
He made all his money and
ran for the hills. Smart guy.
He was gone.
That's it.
He still gets royalty payments. You know that, right?
That's true. Yeah. He's like Mariah Carey at Christmas time.
Right on.
All right. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just, sorry, guys. Just to chime in real quick. I got about 10 minutes or so before I got to start wrapping up the space. Only because it's getting early in the morning here, and my kids start knocking around in about the next 15 minutes or so. But this has been a great conversation, guys. It's been really, really good. So I really enjoyed it. And I just want to put the invitation out there real quick. If anyone's been out there and listening in the audience and wants to come up and say hi or has anything they want to chime into, please feel free to do so. Like I always say, it's a safe space, and we do highly encourage anybody to come up and speak and either contribute to the conversation or just come up and say hi and just want to build some confidence speaking in the space for the first time.
Cool.
But yeah, no, very cool.
Yeah. Is it did Taylor? I know Taylor Swift got rid of her manager, all that issue, and then started re-recording her songs, but like she didn't re-record them as NFTs though on the blockchain, right? She just rebuilt her own album. No,
I think she's just rebuilt her album. I don't believe I've heard of Taylor Swift putting anything on the blockchain music, right? I mean, the only thing Taylor Swift related I've heard about is her speculation as playing Dazzler. That's about it.
Yeah. I sure hope she does, because I've got a few of those X-Men comics. So.
Yeah, actually, what are they going for? That's a good question, actually.
If you get a Taylor Swift to come on VeVe and do one of the drops there, then that's game over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You'd have to you could create, like, if she's going to be part of the X-Men, you could have her as a mighty, whatever, or like a Storm statue. That would be gang.
Or you can make it as like a crafting event.
Yeah.
Like you can take, like, the Dazzler comics, for example, like, take 10 common Dazzler comics and you can craft it for a exclusive Taylor Swift Funko or Mighty or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm hearing my daughter's voice in my head right now. Dad, buy more.
So yeah.
She'd be all over that. The Swifties are a passionate bunch.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're pretty hardcore. I mean, like, you see how she did, like, on that tour she just did, like, people were like spending stupid amounts of money on, like, popcorn, like, tubs and stuff like that, like just the Taylor Swift merchandise.
Yeah.
I want to offer a use case to VeVe if they're listening, and that is, if you take jukebox music, one song, random song, or the one that's they design it, and connect it with Betty Boop, and she starts dancing.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, great idea.
Ooh, yeah, do like a Gondek thing, like, where meets. Yeah, I like it.
Or you could buy. I'd love. I mean, for me, this would be a personal thing, but you get, like, the John Williams scores from Star Wars, and you could buy different songs to pair with your animated Vader, for instance, and
that could be cool
in the creator economy. Oh
my god! I imagine. Here we go. Bit of speculation that we get the Cantina crowd, like, the Cantina band, and then you can like pair, like, music with that or something, and then they'll actually play it.
That'd be fun.
That'd be loads of fun.
That'd be so much fun. How many hours am I gonna? I'm gonna have to figure out a way to retire soon, because I need more time in my day for this.
Yeah, this has been great.
Way too much fun.
Thank you for having this space. Get me all excited about the future. I know that things are going to happen, just probably not at the speed that I want them to happen.
Yeah, it's just a question of when.
Yeah. That's the hardest question of all. That's.
Yeah.
I think for me, that's kind of why I was writing all of those blogs about the history. Like, I'm in my 50s now, right? I've been collecting 2/3 of my life. I've been watching technologies come and go. That nothing happens overnight. Everything happens over years, sometimes decades, right? I hear people say, well, we're so slow, and it's like, geez, we've only been around. I mean, as a great functioning asset or app, 2 years. We've been around, 3 or 4 in total. But you think back to all the problems that we had, the drops, nothing worked, the failures, right? For everyone to say that this thing hasn't developed or gotten to a point, like, look at us here. We're all connected because of this. And
absolutely.
This is my favorite part, right? This drew crowds together because we're all having such a great time with it. If we were all miserable and just, this sucks, we wouldn't be doing any of this. And that to me is the whole galvanizing piece that says this has such a good chance, right? Like, yeah, it's speculative. Yeah, it's still fraught with risk. Tons of risk in this. Of course there is, right? It's still brand new. I hear people say, brand new? Man, we've been doing this 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. I mean, and people getting in now, I mean, have no idea what it was like 2-3 years ago. I mean, like, they don't know the pains of, like, not being able to go for drops, like, not having a weight system, having to like, just like, going for drops, and there was like that risk that you just would instantly get nothing because, like, it was like flooded with bots. We had the thing, like, the gems and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, the platform and the company itself has come leaps and bounds compared to where they were before. And I mean, like, if it all depends on how much time you have. I mean, it's all relative, like, when you put it to time.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a big point, right? Because it's like I say, I'm a Peter Parker fan through and through. I love that facet of Spider-Man. I look at Miles Morales as, that's who my kid's going to enjoy.
Same.
Right? It's almost like it's too late for me. I'm not going to be around in 40, 50 years to watch those books turn into $1 million assets. But if they do, knock on wood. But same thing. But I'm living in an era right now where I can't afford to purchase a physical 9.8 or whatever is available, 9.62 of an ASM1. I don't have millions of dollars laying around. I got kids and household problems, all that kind of stuff like everyone else does.
Yeah,
but
I know the feeling.
If I could go back to 1962, pick up a few, sure. That's kind of why I look at things over decades, right? What I'm struggling to accumulate now is the hope that in years' time it's going to turn into something. I was never in this for short term, never. Am I bummed out I didn't pick up a few waltz and flip them and then use those assets to purchase more? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I struggle. I probably would not have taken the money out of the app, right? If I bought a waltz for $600 and sold it for 60, I probably would have bought 60 grand worth of other stuff.
Yeah.
It would have just been reinvested into this because I'm just like, this is long term. So
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So I just want to give Dee a chance to speak because Dee's been very, very, very quietly just sitting there in the background listening. So did you have anything you want to say, Dee?
Yeah, I love the conversations you guys are having and making me laugh in the background. But it's more of a shill. We got our community feed episode up, and tomorrow we're gonna have an impromptu last minute live stream at 2:45 p.m. Hawaii time. So that's 4:45 p.m. Pacific. 1 year ago, that's when we dropped our first interview episode with Tropical Bird. So it's our 1 year anniversary tomorrow.
Wow. No way.
So if you guys want to come hang out,
oh, fantastic!
yeah, we'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, well, if I'm able to, I will try. But it sounds like it might be quite early in the morning for me.
Yeah, you might be sleeping.
Yeah, but that's all good. That's all good. Like I always try and chime in on Aloha Friday when I can.
Yes, for sure. We're gonna have a live stream then, so hop in whenever you can. You're always welcome. Anyone is welcome.
Absolutely.
Just you know the saying.
I'll join.
Awesome, D.
And yeah, thank you for your support, by the way. Thank you.
My pleasure. So you guys do so much for the community with just being awesome individuals. Like the content you provide for the community, and also the giveaways and drops that you do as well.
Ooh, stay tuned. Maybe more.
Yeah, stay tuned. There might be more. Hashtag stay tuned. All right, guys, I gotta start wrapping up the space because it's coming up to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning here, and I'll have a little pitter patter of feet running around my head very, very shortly. But yeah, just before I start closing out, guys, is there anything you want to leave us with or say before I start doing the spiel?
Appreciate you doing it as always, Alex. This was fun. Great chats. Guri, always a pleasure chatting with you too. Nanu, D.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, appreciate everyone tuning in. That's nice to see.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, everybody. It was a bit of a slow start, but a bit of a slow trickle in. But yeah, we got a nice crowd of listeners coming in, great speakers, and Chris and Guri and Dee. Again, a big thank you for coming up and speaking. We've had a great conversation about all sorts of bits and pieces. We've had comics, speculation, say the VeVe market, all sorts of cool stuff. So if you missed any of it, then don't fret. So it will be available on the VeVe Collective's YouTube channel, probably in the next day or so. And if for anybody who's interested in the VeVe Collective or wants to know a bit more about it or what it is, it's more or less just a collectors group of us that just wanted to come together and create a safe space to sort of basically just geek out. We basically chat everything from comics, film. So we drizzle a little bit of crypto market in there as well from time to time. We predominantly talk VeVe, but we also cover McFarlane, Pinnacle, Candy, Cryptoys, and all sorts of different pieces. So if you're interested in that and want to get to know the VeVe Collective a bit more, or want to know a bit more about us, we do also have a Discord available, but we've also got we just started an X Space group chat. So if you want to be included in that, just drop us a DM. My DMs are always open, and we'll get you involved with that. But let me just find my notes. There we go. So I just want to do a quick shout out to some of our members of the VeVe Collective who have their own individual projects, and give them a bit of a acknowledgement. So of course at the top of the list we have the Real Uncommon Podcast with Hinano and D. So we have My Collectables, so K Collections, Evolve Collects, so who's recently just started doing live streaming again and did an awesome live stream not long ago. So give it a look on his YouTube channel and give him a bit of support. Got Collectors Gone Digital, formerly of VeVe Investments, Josh, always dropping amazing content. And also a big congratulations to him as well. Apparently he's just won, he got top marks with the Elmon X project about merch. So he won with the Starry with us with his hoodie design. So good on you, mate. Big shout out to Chris Severs and Double Quill with their blogs on Medium. And also for Go Collect. If you haven't seen them already, definitely check them out. So we've got Chris's pinned here in the chat. So if you're interested in that, look into that. And also Double Quill released her latest blog not long ago as well. So definitely check that out and give them support. We've got VeVe Arcade with his show every Sunday, and also has his Kid Arcade NFT collection, which is available on OpenSea. And also has great utility as well, I should probably add. So he's always doing amazing drops, artwork drops for the community. So yeah, definitely give him a like, follow, subscribe, give him support. We've got Dr. Strange with all things strange with his Stack and Slack videos. He's been a little bit quiet lately, so I think he's got a few things going on in the real life. But yeah, definitely check out his YouTube channel. Really informative content if you're looking for information about what to do with the coming drops. We've got the Three Biggest Bro as well, so does a great job supporting the community and the arcade with his show. Shawnee Poo also does a Shawnee Poo Tube from time to time. He's been a little bit quiet as well. I'm guessing he's got a lot of in life things going on. And we've got Mr. Falcon as well. Does watching films on the toilet, which is his podcast on Spotify. Very, very cool name, which he does with his co-host Eamon, and also does a lot of vault building as well. And I think he's recently started his own YouTube channel and does a bit of a vault building tutorial. So definitely check that out. We got Informant B EMO with Skin and Bones, who does regular drop videos. So definitely go over there, check them out, and give them a like, a follow, and subscribe and support. And of course, last one for myself, your host, Mr. Osmond Collect 63. I do Relax and Read, which is on my upcoming YouTube channel, Osmond Collect 63, where I basically do live comic book readings of the comics that we have on VeVe. And the last one I did was Spider-Man #7, which was the first appearance of Spider-Boy. Really fun read. Lots of cool looking Spider-Man in that comic book. There was so much going on at one point. It's like an Avengers scene. So definitely check that out. And a little sneak peek as well. The next reading coming this Friday will be, I did write it down. It will be Wolverine #66, which is the first appearance of Old Man Logan. And I believe at this point it is the only Wolverine comic that we have on the app. So if you're able to jump in, say hi, and check it out. And I think that is just about everybody I can remember. So I just want to say again, I'll start wrapping her up now. So again, big thank you to everybody for listening in. So much appreciate your support. Big thank you to Chris and Guri and Dee for speaking in the space. And and also last quick reminder, please stay tuned for VeVe Live coming up on the 28th of January. So next 2 weeks or so. Everyone's welcomed. So it's more or less just going to be what we're doing now, but in YouTube format. So you can basically come and chill with us. But if you want to join and you don't want to show your face, that's totally doable as well. We can just do it by voice. So we highly encourage everyone to come and join us. There'll be chats, there'll be discussions, there'll be market watch, there'll be maybe some reaction videos. So maybe we can choose something to eat, and we can eat on screen like we did with the chocolate, which is very entertaining. We'll be sharing our collections, maybe do a giveaway here and there because we do like a good giveaway. And also as well, if any of our members are at the Crypto XR event in Oxford during that time as well, maybe we can get some live stream happening, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that in the X Spaces. Again, big thank you everybody. I gotta get going because I can hear the pitter patter of feet above my head. But I have been your host, Osmond Collect 63. So this has been VeVe Wednesdays, episode 42. Take care, everyone. Have a good one, and talk more soon.
Thanks, Alex.
Awesome. Thanks, Al.
Have a good morning.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Good morning.
Bye, everyone.
Bye now.